Hey there, happy day 1144 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. What's working, what's not, what I've tried, what I haven't tried. My original intention was to come online and duplicate my offline success in the online world. I got divorced and had an opportunity to divest myself of all my previous businesses, I'll say, and do something new. Well, I was old enough that I didn't want to really necessarily go back to something I'd done before, but I wasn't really old enough to retire yet and just say, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm done, this is it, I don't want to do anything anymore. So I decided, since I've been curious about the online world, that I was going to find out what this internet thing was all about. And I thought, well, I'll hop on, I'll learn about it, I'll create a couple of businesses, and then I'll figure out what I want to do next. Well, I'm still figuring out how to do the online business thing and how it's different and how to help other people come along too, because I believe, especially since COVID, that I believe before everybody should have some kind of an online component. And since COVID, I absolutely think it's essential that you have some way to remotely and online, obviously remotely, since, we're still having social distancing and we're still having masks and vaccines are in the works and being delivered to certain parts of the population, but not to everybody yet. And even then, I think it's confusing what is going to happen and how the world will be. And that's how the world always is, right? The world is always changing. It's just that it doesn't usually change simultaneously for billions of us. And it's changing individually all the time for us, but we seldom have a global event that impacts so many. And so I think that's why it feels different and so different, is because so many things are changing. Sorry about that. So many things are changing for all of us at the same time. And change is always happening, but it's usually more individual. Now it's kind of an individual, because all those same individual changes are still going on, but we're throwing on top of that all the changes that are going on with the pandemic and things. And so that makes it a fun and interesting and challenging and amazing time. But it also makes it an important time to say, what's my backup plan? What's my, people that talk plan A, plan B. What's my plan B? If my job was my plan A and I lost my job, what do I do now? What's my plan B? And so I think the internet, if it isn't your plan A, is an excellent plan B for a lot of people, for many, many people in the population. So today I'm thinking about something I learned about yesterday. I'm taking a new coaching program. I'm doing a coaching program. I've done a lot of coaching lately, but I have been picking and choosing my coaches. I've had a lot of coaches in my lifetime, in my career, pretty old. So I've had the opportunity to have a lot of mentors, a lot of coaches, been involved in lots of masterminds and groups and trainings and systems and businesses and things. And I had gone, I guess I've always still got coaches. I've always had coaches, but I hadn't done a new overarching program, and I'd been watching a lot of them and looking, and I was like, what's the next thing that I want to personally develop and learn and grow and work on for me? And I came up with one that I'm doing, and it's actually in alignment with this year's challenge. It seems like the last 4 years since I came online, I've done an annual challenge. The first one was to get me out of my scared little box, and so I did one thing every day to stretch my comfort zone. And now this year I'm doing do one thing every day that centers you, and it's about getting to know yourself better and what makes you tick, what's important to you, and why is that even important? Well, whose life are you going to live? You have to live your own life, so we want to create the best life experience we possibly can while we're here. And it turns out that that's obviously my underlying focus for this year as well, personally as well as professionally, because that is the type of a coaching program I signed on for. And I'm really learning a lot. And it's not a lot of new information. I mean, I've been studying stuff for 40 years, and it's the detailed distinctions and the little nuances that go deeper that really drive the understanding. We were talking about yesterday the difference between our wants, our dreams, our wants, our needs, our desires, and our dreams. And that all of us, we're told, and me included, we go for our dreams, right? We have that big vision out there. And I teach this and coach this as well. We have our big vision out there. That's our dream. It's such a big thing. We know we want it. We have no clue how we're going to get there, right? We absolutely don't know how we're going to get there. And then in our life, we have things that we do every day, pretty much automatically. And hopefully they're things that you've figured out that make your life better and make your life work. They're important to you. Maybe, you know, they can be super simple things, or they can be really complicated things, depending on where you are or what you've done. But there's things we need to do. We need to go to the bathroom. We need to eat. We need to drink water. We need to, most of us, hopefully, shower and brush our teeth and take care of ourselves. Exercise can be a need for some people. It might be a dream for other people, right? If you're somebody with chronic pain and you're bedridden, to be able to exercise every day might be your absolute positive ultimate dream. You have no idea how you're going to get there, but you know you want to move your body and be able to do that without, you know, feeling so much pain or experiencing so much pain. So it's different for each and every one of us, but it was the nuances and the distinctions of saying, okay, what is a need or a non-negotiable? You got to do it no matter what every day. And then as humans, we really spend most of our time doing those things. And then beyond that, what do you want? What are the things that you want? And so many of us, we go for our big dreams, but what we forget is that the way we get to our dreams is by actually going for the things that we want first. It's kind of like stepping stones, right? We don't, you know, we don't have $1 billion today because we want to be a billionaire. We have to take the steps to get us there. And that usually comes in the form of different things that we want or we desire. So as we're going after the things that we want, and the difference between wants and dreams are something that we want is attainable, something that we dream, you know, we know if we do A, B, C, D, we can actually achieve the thing that we want. Say you want a new car. I want a new car. What do I need to do to get a new car? Well, I have to figure out what kind of car I want. I have to, you know, decide and find out how much it's going to cost. But we can figure out the steps to get a new car, and then before we know it, we've got a new car. But if we, you know, want to have, you know, 7 mansions and 6 Lamborghinis and be a billionaire, we're not going to jump from where we are right now to a billionaire. We have to take the steps, and the steps to get there are through our wants. So I thought that was really interesting because I, like everybody else, had always been, go for your dreams, dream big, shoot for the moon, and had been, you know, I'm always going for my wants, but I didn't realize that that is actually the path to getting our dreams, because as we move and add the things that we want to the things that we've possibly done, they become a part of us. They become a part of our needs. You know, once I get that new car, I need that new car, right? I need to take care of it. I need to pay for it. I need to have it in my life. And that's the path to our dream. So little nuances and little things like that are I love learning them and then sharing them, because they impact me and they mean something to me. Now that whole discussion might not mean anything to you because it's not right for you right now. But for me, the nuances and the little things that I'm learning, I think are really, really powerful. And I think it's even more powerful when I share them. I shared one with my son yesterday about the importance of our definitions and how we define things. And we've talked about that before. Excuse me, I got something in my eye. We've talked about that before in different aspects, but it's really fun when things that you've talked about and ideas that you have are validated by somebody that's had a lot of more success than you with them. And that's not the only way to validate them, but it just kind of feels good when you're like, oh, we were just talking about that, and here we are having a conversation about that in the coaching program. So what else is going on? Obviously doing the 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that centers you. And today was about stretching. Yesterday we stretched our neck. Today we stretched our arm. Not really tough stretching, but stretching nonetheless. I think it's designed so that almost anybody can do the activities in there. Our idiom today for Supersize Your Business was look before you leap. And I haven't had coffee yet today, and I think I definitely need coffee before I start talking in the morning. But it was about the importance of, you know, paying attention to where you're going. I mean, if you're not paying attention to where you're going, you'll walk into a wall or a stop sign or into traffic. So it's important to look before you do something like that, make a dangerous mistake. But it's also important to get moving, because if you're just looking around and never leaping or taking action or taking a step, then you don't get anywhere either. So that's what I'm working on. I am going to go and help out with my amazing little granddaughter, and then my other granddaughter is coming over today to sew that's all I've got today. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Oh, look for the next Get Up and Go challenge. I committed to doing it April 1st, and it's the middle of March. Have not given it one thought because I've been working on my own different projects and programs and things. But I will make sure I hop back onto that because I miss doing it. I really enjoy doing it and having a focus every day as well. I think it's important, especially since we're still in the whole COVID craziness times and things are starting to open up, but we're not sure how that's going to work. So I think it's nice to have a framework and a guideline to take me through and other people through as well. All right, have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.